The opinions expressed on this program represent the viewpoints of individual authors or contributors and do not necessarily reflect those of Troy University.
Welcome to International Insights. I am Doug Davis, and with me is Michael Slobodchikoff. On this episode, we will be speaking with Ambassador and Professor Iva Hraste-Sočo, who is an artist, diplomat, scientist, professor, who also serves as the director of the National Theatre. She is a soprano who has performed in the most important theaters globally and has been a diplomat since 2004. Ambassador Hraste-Sočo, welcome to the program from Zagreb.
Thank you for inviting me. Hello.
It is a pleasure to have you on the program. I would like to quickly ask, your background is that of opera, and opera is well known as being a music that's listened to all around the world and appreciated by all types of people. Can you tell me, please, how did opera play a role in Croatia's diplomacy after Croatia's independence? And what is cultural diplomacy?
Yes, well, music in general has played a lot after achieving our independence in the cultural diplomacy, because music and opera especially are the arts where there are no boundaries. Let's say we all understand each other. Apart from drama plays where you can play in your origin language, then you don't understand each other. But globally, music has the universal language. So I would say in cultural diplomacy, which is actually a part of public diplomacy, which uses art and culture in order to promote the values of the land. We use this also in opera. What we did as we started our independent state, we often invited big stars in opera world to come to Croatia to perform in Croatia, in Croatian theaters, but also in our festivals, in order to promote the qualities and the beauties of the country. But of course, opera singers, artists in the opera field, from Croatian origin were also valuable, because through them, the values of our country and of our culture could be visible and connected to. So, for example, several things were organized. For example, the concert of Placido Domingo in Split. But we also used our well-known artists, as for example Berislav Klobuchar in Vienna Staatsoper, also Srebrenka Jurinac, Ivan Repušić lately. But maybe the most recognizable one and the best well-known one is Zinka Milanov, who performed at the Metropolitan Opera for really a lot of times. I think 424 times she performed in the old Met, and she stopped when Met moved to another building. So she's really well recognized artistic person in America.
Excellent. You are an artist, a professor, a diplomat, and the manager of the National Theatre. How did you become an artist, and what did you wish to accomplish with your artistic talents?
Well, I started really young as a professional artist. I started while I was still studying. I made my debut in this very theater where I am a director, general manager right now in Croatian National Theatre in Zagreb, when I was still in my first year of the university. So with 19 years old, I was 19 years old when I made my debut, and I sang a lot of roles, all in all total 27 leading roles in soprano repertoire. So I developed as a musician, of course, through my studies, but especially through my professional work in the opera. I sang a lot abroad as well. So the opera field is something that you give yourself completely in. There is no halfway of doing this job. So when I was an opera singer, of course, I did it 100% of my time.
Fantastic. I'd like to ask, and you mentioned a little bit here, but over time your career has changed greatly. You started out as a performer, and then you've become a scholar and a diplomat. How has your career changed over time, and what has your knowledge gained from increasing your changes in careers?
Yes, well, it is interesting, and it's not according to the Croatian rules completely, because in Croatia, when you start doing something, you do it until you're retired. But I would say it's more American way of leading career, to change careers whenever you think it's necessary, needed, or that you want to do it. So I sang for professionally for about 15 to 17 years. And then I decided to shift it, and I went to diplomacy. I was in Vienna, the cultural counselor in our embassy, in Croatian embassy in Vienna. And this experience really changed not only my point of views, but also the things that I done after, in order to promote Croatian culture abroad, because Austrian surroundings, especially Vienna as a city who is really a cultural city, is essential to the cultural diplomat, I would say. The Austrians call themselves Kulturnation. That's a country of culture, and they mean it really when they say that they are these, they feel it and they mean it. So I was starting to think, what can I do to promote Croatian culture more effectively abroad? And then I started to do my PhD, and this is how it led me from diplomacy to the scientific field, actually. So when I finished my PhD, when I came back to Croatia, I started teaching at universities. So right now as well, I'm teaching at Music Academy and Academy of Dramatic Arts. I taught also at Diplomatic Academy. So in a way, including my career as a singer, it led me to this, what I'm doing now as a general manager of the biggest theater in Croatia, because without all this knowledge and experience, I think I wouldn't be able to do this complex job that I'm doing right now.
Excellent, excellent. I'm going to turn now to Croatia and ask you about the different cultures we see within the regions of Croatia. How is Dalmatia different from the area around Zagreb or the northern part of the sea? What is the different regions, what do they contribute to the broader artistic world within Croatia, and how does it become one in representing Croatia?
Well, we as an Eastern European country, we have several cultural identities, I would say, and identities in general, because we have the continental part, which is Zagreb, for example, or northern part like Varaždin, who is very much influenced by Baroque culture, and you could hear Baroque music, and it's Baroque city. You see it when you come to the city. You can feel this style. And when you go to Dalmatia, it's completely another story. It's Mediterranean. You can feel the Mediterranean, as in all Mediterranean countries. You can see these characteristics. It's very much linked to the of course, the Roman Empire, which once was very influential there. If you go to Split, you can see the remains of Diocletian Palace, and really feel this era. This is just to mention, we have an old music festival called Split Summer Festival, which is performed at the ruins and at the remains of the Diocletian Palace. So it's really original. It's a regional stage. You cannot see it anywhere else in the world. Also, we have these influences in music. For example, we have klapa singing. This is singing usually male singers, but lately female singers are doing this as well. It's a cappella singing, so without orchestra or piano. They're singing just, let's say, 6 to 8 male singers, which is also at UNESCO intangible list. So we hear these characteristics, and all together, mixed together. This means this is Croatian identity all together. From these heterogeneous parts, I would say, to become a homogeneous nation.
Fantastic. I would like to follow up and ask you, how has the role of art in Croatian society changed over time? And do young people still aspire to become artists today?
Well, thankfully, yes. The young artists have this idea, and they want to become a part of the cultural, let's say, society, part of society. We witness this every day. For example, when I became a general manager, I had this luck that we had the posts vacant in the theater, and we automatically took in 5 of young rising stars in the opera. So the generations are really talented. They are talented in the field of music and all other parts of art, but especially music. So they're really very, very active. We are just now experiencing a very good time in the opera. We have this opportunity to really give them space to perform, and they use it. For example, we had this also in ballet, because according to our law on theaters, the government made possible for the dancers to retire. So at one point, 2 years ago, we have had 30 vacancies, and the company consists of 60. So you can imagine what does it means. We had a big audition, international, because ballet is, of course, international art discipline. And we had 1,200 applicants, also from Croatia and abroad. So young people are really interested in arts, because art field, and not only in Europe, not only worldwide, but also in Croatia, is a vibrant, I would say, area where young people can really express themselves.
Excellent, excellent. I'd like to turn to the workers and artists who have inspired you, both including within literature and in the performing arts and music. Who has inspired you and who's contributed to your development as an artist and as a scholar?
Yeah, well, when I was young, of course, when I studied also literature, apart from singing at music academy. So of course, literature had a big influence on my development of me as a person, but also as an artist. I really read a lot and studied a lot in the field of literature, of course, in Croatian literature as well, but in the world literature. For example, Proust, Dostoevsky, Thomas Mann. These are the authors who really influenced my work, but also the contemporary ones. For example, Jonathan Franzen from United States, then Michel Houellebecq, Murakami, and so on and so on. So I think it's important to read, of course, and to get the various type of knowledge that you can. Everything can really serve you in your work.
Fantastic. How, as an artist, do you see Croatian culture changing? And is it changing for the better?
Well, of course, especially in the theater field, in drama field, every change in the society influences the theater. But I would say that it's vice versa too. Theater influences the society as well, because in the theater you should express what's going on around you. So we are not living in a bubble in a theater, in an art form. We have to adjust to all the changes that we see in the environment. For example, I'm part of the board of Opera Europa, so I was a delegate at the World Opera Forum this year in LA. So we could see really many commissioned work, new work. This is also very, very interesting in opera. You wouldn't think it at the first sight that it's really, I would not say maybe political, but in a way to reflect all the changes in the world. Of course, the artists are sensitive people by nature, and they feel all the changes going on in the world, and they express it in their art form.
Excellent. I'm going to ask you, how do you see the future of art in Croatia? How is the art world developing, and what changes do you see on the horizon?
Well, I see it positive, if I have to say my general remark. It's positive because there are so many young people interested in arts. This is what I see. Apart from many other European countries, I'm not so sure that in America is the same, but in European countries, there have been many budget cuts lately. For example, in Berlin, in the theaters, these are really severe budget cuts. We haven't experienced this, thanks God. I don't want to say yet because I don't want to believe that it will come. So according to this, I'm really feeling positive about the state of culture in Croatia.
Fantastic. I would like to take a trip, if you don't mind, into your past and ask you what has been your favorite place to perform that you've performed around the world, and why?
Well, of course, I always enjoyed performing in Croatia, in my hometown, Zagreb, which I sang many roles in the theater, but also abroad. I enjoyed singing in Italy, for example, because Italy is the, let's say, a birthplace of the opera. Italians have recently protected Italian bel canto singing at the UNESCO list. So it's really a birthplace of the opera, but all around the world, especially. But I would say maybe the favorite part of my artistic work was Zagreb.
Excellent, excellent. And what pieces in particular, which composers did you most enjoy performing?
Well, I sang a lot of Mozart. I sang Susanna, I sang Fiordiligi, but also a lot of Italian operas, Puccini and Verdi, and also some Wagner operas. Of course, Donizetti, everything what was suited for my voice, which was lyric soprano. I sang really a lot, 27 opera roles are a lot. I sang a lot of Croatian operas as well. We have some operas that are performed all the time. So, for example, we have two national Croatian operas, Eros onoga svijeta and Nikola Šubić Zrinski, which has been performed the same productions for 30 years. So we really have this tradition in performance, also Croatian operas, not not only the world repertoire.
You mentioned that the Croatian National Theatre was turning 130 years old, and you're celebrating
Yes.
that anniversary. Tell us a little bit about the importance of the Croatian National Theatre for Croatia in general.
Well, this is the celebration of the building. Our theater is actually older. Next year, we're going to celebrate 165th season. But the building is from 1895. So I would say that the Croatian National Theatre is actually the focal point of Croatian culture, especially in the theater field of theater, because it's the oldest, it's the biggest theater. It started with drama theater, but very soon the opera and ballet were included. It has a tradition of performing classical work, both Croatian and from the world repertoire, but also contemporary. So we are trying to mix these different styles in order to make our public happy and to fulfill our mission. We are really lucky that we have a lot of audience. We are actually 95% full all the time, all the year, season. We have many subscribers, and we have this luck that we are just now in this year, we are going to open a new stage. So it will be after 70 years, the new theater in Zagreb. So it's going to be the theater with the same stage as we have, but with 320 seats. Right now, we are having in our old building 700 seats. So I would say that Croatian National Theatre in Zagreb was also always at the focal point of Croatian culture.
Excellent. After you were a performer, you also went back to get your doctorate, and I believe you studied literature. How did your music background contribute to your study of literature?
Well, I studied this simultaneously. I studied literature and singing at the same time at two different faculties. I would say that it was complementary, these two studies, because the literature studies enriched my knowledge as a singer, and I could go more to the depth of the role, what I was singing, thanks to the knowledge that I gained from the literature. So I would think it's this is the best combination that I could have done.
Fantastic, fantastic. I'm afraid that we're running out of time for the show currently. I would like to personally say how much enjoyment I have received from speaking with you and learning about your current obligations as well as your past, and really appreciate your sharing your knowledge of Croatian art and culture with us and our viewers. So I really appreciate you having taken the time, and thank you so much for everything that you do, and I look forward to seeing the Croatian National Theatre soon.
Thank you very much, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk a little bit about Croatian culture and our theater and what we are doing in the present time.
It was a great pleasure. Thanks.
Thank you.